Hare Krishna. So welcome back to the Narayaneeyam sessions. Today we'll do chapter 5 of the Narayaneeyam. Chapter 5 is called the Cosmic Evolution. Here in this chapter, the poet Sri Melpattur Narayana Bhattadripad explains the creation of the Virata Purusha or cosmic evolution. He further gives information on how the Lord existed before and after the Prakrita Pralaya and how the universe came into existence by the will of the Lord. Prakrita Pralaya is the total dissolution at the end of Brahmaji's lifespan. Brahma lives for a period of 100 years, which is equal to our 3.11 trillion Earth years. And his lifespan of 100 years is divided into two halves known as Pararthas. So now our present Brahmaji is in his 51st year, that is the beginning of the second Parartha. And at the end of 100 years, there is a total dissolution and everything merges into the Lord, and then another new creation takes place. Okay, so let's read the first verse of the chapter as usual, only the first verse, and then we'll do a quick summary. Okay, so let's get started. व्यक्ताव्यक्तमिदं न किञ्चिदभवत् प्राक्प्राकृतप्रक्षये मायायां गुणसाम्यरुद्धविकृतौ त्वय्यागतायां लयम् नो मृत्युश्च तदामृतं च समभून् आन्नो न रात्रे स्थितिः तत्रैकस्त्वमशिष्यथा किल परानन्दप्रकाशात्मना. So here Bhattatri says that during the Prakrita Pralaya, Maya vanished into the Lord himself and did not exist. And therefore, since Maya did not exist, the gross and the subtle worlds also did not exist. What is Maya? Ya ma sa Maya, that which is not. Now suppose I have a dream that in my dream a tiger is chasing me and I'm running for my life. I'm running in fear. I'm panting for breath. I'm sweating all over. And suddenly I wake up. Okay, and then I realized that it was just a dream. It was just temporary. It was just a temporary experience. But can you say that I did not go through that fear? No, I've gone in my dream. I had gone through that fear and I'm still sweating. Okay, so it is just temporary. Similarly, the Maya, the material energy, the illusory energy of this material nature is what makes us think that I am this temporary body and all that is associated with it is mine. All right. So at that time, Maya did not exist. And the three gunas, what are the three gunas? We have learnt about it. Sattva, Raja, Tamo gunas. The mode of goodness, the mode of passion, and the mode of ignorance. So these three gunas were in a state of equilibrium, preventing any modification. Okay, and and it is these three gunas we have learnt about it. These three guna also means rope. It means quality and it also means rope. So these three ropes, they bind us to this material world and they make us dance to their tunes like puppets. Like puppets, we keep dancing. Sometimes in the mode of goodness, sometimes in the mode of passion, sometimes in the mode of ignorance. It's always a combination of all this. Only the percentage varies. Okay, so since gunas, the three gunas were also in equilibrium, Maya did not exist, and therefore what happened? There was neither death nor liberation, nor bondage, nor day and night, nor the jivas existed. Nothing existed except the Lord. The gunas did not exist, jivas did not exist, nothing existed. Okay, time, kala, karma, our fruitive activities, nothing at all existed at that time. And here Bhattatri says, and Shrutis, the Vedas do not declare that they were non-existent. Okay, they existed, but in a seed form, in a causal form. They remained, and all this remained unmanifested within the Lord. Okay, and therefore Bhattatri says, "O all-pervading Lord, thou alone remained at that time as supreme bliss consciousness." And then when everything remained in a unmanifest form within thee, Maya got activated by thy glance, which was with a will to create the three worlds. And when Maya got activated, the three gunas which were in equilibrium got disturbed and helped in the creation of this universe, the manifestation of this universe. From there emerged time, kala, karma, fruitive activities, and the resulting tendencies or vasanas, tendencies to act. Okay, and Bhattatari continues to say, but O Lord, you are not influenced by Maya. Why? Because Maya is the potency of the Lord Himself. You remain a mere witness, he says. But Maya, being promoted by thee, projected the principle of Mahat. What is Mahat? Mahat Tattva is the causeless cause of this universe, or in other words, matter ready for creation. Okay, and then Bhattatari says, "O all-pervading Lord, although this Mahat Tattva is consists of all the three gunas, it is predominated by the Sattva guna, the mode of goodness, and therefore it recognizes the collective jivas as one cosmic whole, all the jivas together as one whole, and not as individual entities. And the same Mahatattva, when predominated by Rajas and Tamas, creates by thy will, O Lord, the feeling of individual I or Aham Tattva. All right. And from the Sattva aspect of this Aham Tattva were created the presiding deities of the sense organs. We have got 10 sense organs, the 5 Jnanendriyas and the 5 Karmendriyas. We have discussed this earlier. What are the 5 Jnanendriyas? The 5 knowledge acquiring senses, that is the eyes to see, ears, hear, nose, nostrils to smell, the tongue, the sense of taste, and the skin, sense of touch. And the 5 working senses are the legs, the hands, the tongue, again for speech. The tongue has got 2 functions, the anus and the genitals, the reproductory and the excretory organs. Okay. Now, each of these organs have got a presiding deity. Like, for example, the sun, Surya Dev, is the presiding deity for sight. And Agni Dev, the god of fire, is the presiding deity for speech. And that is why we say, oh, that was a fiery speech, right? Because the element fire is connected to speech. So, from the Sattvic aspect of Aham Tattva were created the presiding deities of the organs, and from the Rajasic aspect of the Aham Tattva were created the sense organs themselves. So, from Sattvic aspect, the presiding deities of these organs were created, and from the Rajasic aspect of Aham Tattva, the organs, these sense organs themselves were created. And then from the Tamasic aspect of the Aham Tattva were created the principal elements. First, there was the sound, and from sound came Akash or space, and from space, touch, from touch, Vayu or air, and from air came Rupa or form, and from form came Agni or fire, and from fire came taste or rasa, and from there water or jala, and from jala came smell or gandha, and finally the earth or bhumi. And each of these elements has the qualities of the preceding element also. Like, for example, from sound was born the element Akash, space. So, space has got the quality of sound as well. And from space was born Vayu, air. Sorry, from space was born touch. Okay, the sense of touch, sparsha. And therefore, sparsha or touch has got the qualities of both space and sound, and so on. And then finally, the last element is bhumi or earth, and therefore, earth has got the qualities of all the preceding elements. Okay. And even though these elements, the sense organs, their presiding deities and all came into existence, they could not by themselves form the universe, create the universe or the Brahmanda. And the presiding deities started glorifying the Lord by various hymns. The Lord, O Lord, being pleased with their prayers, thou entered into each and every one of them, activated them, and then combined them together to form the Hiranyanda or the golden egg. And this golden egg lay in the cosmic waters for thousands of years. And thereafter, breaking it, thou made it into 14 spheres or 14 worlds, which is known as thy Virata Rupa or cosmic form, in which thou shone as all beings with thousands of heads, feet, hands, etc., all over the universe. Okay. Now, which are these 14 worlds or 14 spheres, 14 worlds? We are in the middle planetary system known as the Bhurloka. And above this are the 6 heavenly planets known as the Bhuvarloka, Suvar Loka, then Mahaloka, Janaloka, Tapaloka, and Satyaloka. And below the Bhurloka are the seven hellish planets, or the nether worlds known as Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Talatala, Rasatala, Mahatala, and Patala. Okay, so these are the seven nether worlds, and we have six planetary systems above Bhurloka. So altogether there are 14 worlds in all. Okay, 14 planetary systems. And Bhattadri winds up this chapter by saying, "Oh Lord of Guruvayur, who thus manifested this cosmic form, please protect me from all my ailments." Okay, and this cosmic form of the Lord was shown to Arjuna also just before the battlefield, the battle of Mahabharata, just before the Mahabharata war in the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjuna wanted to see this cosmic form of the Lord, and therefore he grants him divine vision by which he could see the cosmic form of the Lord. There in the Bhagavad Gita, the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita describes the universal form of the Lord. It is mentioned, Aneka Vaktranayam, Aneka Albuda Darshanam, Aneka Divyabharanam. The hands, Arjuna could see the Lord's hands, legs, eyes, ears spread all over the universe, and all of these limbs were decorated with divine ornaments. And Aneka Albuda Darshanam, wondrous his sights he could see in that form. He could see the past, present, future, everything there. He could even see the end result of this Mahabharata war. Everything was there in the Lord's body, which was spread, which was Anadi Madhyantam, which did not have a beginning, or middle, nor end. And Arjuna gets very scared, and he says, "Oh Krishna, I don't want to, please come back to your original form. This is really very fearful." And then the Lord comes, shows him his four-handed form with the Shankha Gada, Chakra, Gada, Pushpam, the conch, the mace, the lotus, and the disc. And then he comes back to his two-handed form, which is beautiful, more beautiful than the most beautiful form. Okay, so those who want to know more about it can read the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. And there is another story also in the Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam, 12th canto, 9th chapter, describes the story of Markandeya Rishi, who wanted to see the Lord's Maya. Okay, and it's a long story. We'll make it short and then wind up there. Okay, those who are interested can read the 9th chapter of the 12th canto, the 12th skanda of the Srimad Bhagavatam. Once the Lord, being pleased with Markandeya Rishi, appears before him and asks him what boon he wanted. And Markandeya Rishi says, "Now since I've seen you, O Lord, face to face, what more do I need? However, I would like to experience your Maya. I would like to know what Maya is all about." The Lord says, "Tathastu, so be it," and disappears. That evening, as he was getting ready for his Sandhya Vandanam, for his daily evening prayers, the evening rituals before sunset, that time, suddenly there was a heavy wind blowing, followed by lightning, thunder, and rain. And all of a sudden, the place gets flooded with water. And Markandeya Rishi was also carried away by these waters. And there in the water, he finds all sorts of aquatic creatures, dangerous creatures who are trying to devour him. He had to paddle through the water to keep himself safe and to escape from them. And he found so many entities who were competing against each other just to safeguard themselves. Okay, and this goes on for thousands and thousands of years. Sometimes he's hungry, sometimes he's happy, sometimes he's sad, sometimes he's angry. So all this goes on, and with great difficulty, Markandeya moved about in the water all alone for a very long time until he came upon a banyan tree. And seeing this, he goes towards the banyan tree, and on the leaf of that banyan tree was a cute baby, a bluish black baby sucking his toe. So he feels very infatuated. He feels some sort of blissful feeling overtakes him, and he goes towards the baby. And in an instant, the baby inhales, and Markandeya Rishi is sucked into the with the breath of the baby, with the inhalation, he is sucked into the body of the baby. And there, inside the body of the baby, he sees the entire universe, how it looked just before this dissolution, just before the floods. He could see even his ashram. He could see himself standing there and getting ready for his prayers. Everything was visible in that, and he was wonderstruck. As he was thinking what all this is, suddenly he was thrown back into the waters by the baby's exhalation. But the baby breathed out, and then he was thrown back into the waters. And then he's in from the water. He looks at the baby, and he takes the baby's beauty through eyes into his heart. And all of a sudden, the baby vanishes, and the floods also vanish. Everything disappears, and he is back in his ashram like before, getting ready for his Sandhya prayers. So, likewise, we are all here in this illusory world, in this material world, under illusion. We are trying to build permanent residences in this temporary world. Okay, and what we need to do is hold on to the Lord's lotus feet and escape from this illusion, from this dream, and go back to our permanent residence, back home, back to Godhead. Okay, so we'll stop here for the time being, and we'll meet again with the next chapter, chapter 6 of the Srimad Narayaniyam. Until then, take care. Hare Krishna. Thank you for watching. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.